What happens when a real-life fairy tale turns into a real-life soap opera? Imagine living in a world of luxury, elegance, and endless admiration, only to have it all shattered by a few shocking words. A royal marriage has crumbled, and now everyone's asking, what happened at the core of one of the most influential families in the world? This is a valid question, as Princess Sheikha Mahra of Dubai has just pulled a move that none of her followers could have predicted. Let's start from the beginning by setting the background. Dubai in the UAE is governed by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, a man who has more money than you can begin to imagine. The Sheikh's family has always been in the eye of the public, given the multiple marriages by the Sheikh and over 20 children he has. However, among all his children, there is one who's special, and she is Princess Sheikha Mahra. So, introducing Sheikha Mahra, or the Jewel of Dubai. She's the perfect example of a modern Arabian woman who is both beautiful and sophisticated. Paparazzi trail her everywhere. Each time she wears a stunning dress or affords the audience a smile, someone's there to record it. However, there is a lot more to Mahra than her aesthetics. She is the embodiment of Dubai's modernization and the preservation of tradition. Her reputation has aged like fine wine, and today she has become a beloved figure, not only in Dubai, but all over the world. In fact, if one were to look back at the grand occasions of 2023, one of the grandest would be the marriage of Sheikha Mahra to Sheikh Mana. Sheikh Mana is not just one of the richest sheikhs, he is an intelligent businessman who is known for his royal connections and entrepreneurial ventures. And speaking of the wedding, it was a dream come true, and the best thing that could happen to a lady. A display of absolute luxury. It has claimed its spot as the main topic of gossip in the Dubai royal landscape. Picture this: fancy crystal lighting fixtures, beautiful flowers, and the attendees themselves being big names in society. Everything was planned in advance to the smallest detail, and every picture was sensational, the stuff that magazine front pages are made of. In fact, it probably did feature in many magazines around the world. The family displayed the wedding as a match made in heaven, and for most of us, it did look that way. After the wedding, the couple took a flight to the Greek islands, a trip torn straight from the pages of a romance novel. The photos they posted on social media? Pure bliss. We watched them having fun on the clean water, eating meals during the night, and discovering the ruins, holding hands. The couple seemed to be enjoying life together, and in the month of May in the year 2024, they were blessed with a baby girl they named Mara. It excited the princess to become a mother, and many times she would refer to it as the highest level of happiness she could ever attain. Everything was going so well that the events were indistinguishable from some fantasy movie. Unfortunately, as all of us have come to know, real life does not play out like the movies. And then, just 2 months after Mara was born, came the post that shook the world. Imagine browsing through Instagram and finding out that the age-old Muslim practice of husbands divorcing wives has been turned on its head, and now a wife is divorcing her husband. The post itself was simple, but its impact was not. It read, "Dear husband, as you are occupied with other companions, I hereby declare our divorce. I divorce you. I divorce you. I divorce you. Take care." This was an interesting way of announcing the end of their marriage. Not because it was done on social media, which is interesting enough, but because in Muslim tradition, a man can divorce his wife by saying the Arabic word for divorce 3 times. This is the infamous triple talaq, which is not usually performed by a woman. The internet exploded, as it often does, and rumors weren't far behind. Mainstream media from Dubai all the way to New York was awash with the story. What had transpired behind these palace walls? Was Sheikh Mana unfaithful? Was there conflict in the making even before she shared the story on Instagram? Was it a well-thought-out decision that had been made after considering everything? Or was it a spur-of-the-moment decision? Some said that Sheikh Mana was seeing another woman, while others suggested that he wanted to take on another wife. But amidst all the gossip, only one thing was clear. Sheikha Mahra wasn't willing to be a wife to her husband anymore. Days later, all photos and posts of Sheikha Mahra that had anything to do with Sheikh Mana had been removed as if they never existed. The message was, in fact, unambiguous. She was leaving and was going to do so in the most efficient and empowered manner possible. Now, her Instagram is full of pictures of her and Mahra, her daughter. The princess has remained strong throughout all the drama, which is applaudable. She's embraced the new life as a single mother, and we often find her showering her daughter with love and happiness, making the best out of her situation. However, this story is about more than the romantic relationships of a royal couple. It's about matters of authority, autonomy, and the evolving roles of female leaders. In a way, Sheikha Mahra herself has become part of a relatively bigger debate on women's liberation and their freedom to choose, not only in Dubai, but in the world at large. Triple talaq is a highly controversial issue, and her actions were a declaration. I will not sit still spectating my life anymore. On the global stage, where women, including royalty, are expected to perform certain roles, Mahra's journey of carving her own way has been quite inspirational. To break it down a bit more, let's take a brief look at the history of royal weddings. For many generations, marriage was not the union of two loving hearts. It was a business which aimed at maximizing power and obeying the traditions of the dynasty. In many royal families, including those of Dubai, most marriages were arranged and people's feelings were of little importance. Specifically, women had to become good wives and good mothers at the cost of their happiness. Love was a rare occurrence, limited to fiction and stories of romance. To marry for love in a world where marriage was an important political element wasn't considered smart, and for good reason. And even after marriage, if the husband deemed the wife to not be a good one, they could just divorce them by saying divorce 3 times. Imagine serving someone for years, only to have your relationship conclude just like that. Though over the years, we've witnessed a change. Princess Diana and the current Sheikha Mahra are among the few who have questioned those norms and proved that there is space for change in the strictest of establishments. Mahra's act of proclaiming her divorce in front of the world isn't just a personal move. It is the new generation telling the world that they are over old traditions. So, what's in store for Dubai's royal family in the future? Mahra's divorce can be viewed as a precedent that could start a chain reaction for other women in the royal family, and even the entire country. These women could begin to regain control over their lives. But it also creates a problem for the royal family's PR. Dubai is known as a city that operates between tradition and modernity. And, well, this isn't very traditional coming from Mahra. Will the family take action to prevent something like this from happening again? Or will others in the royal family follow in the footsteps of Mahra? It remains to be seen. But what do you think? Was the spectacle enough tea for you? And what do you think this means for the women of Dubai? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.